vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman. Oh my gosh, we have a couple of Batmen to talk about today, Owen. I think 17 Batmen that we're going to be ranking today. Don't worry, I just make Owen. Okay, hey, we're going to rank 17 Batmen. Clear your calendar. So we split it up into a couple of different categories. So we have the best of the best being labeled The Dark Knight. Up there, but not quite as legendary, being Batman. Those who kind of just skated by are going to be labeled The Bat. So these are the ones that are like, it was alright. Like, it was Batman, but it wasn't anything that's going to change the landscape. The ones who were not good are going to be labeled Guy Dressed Like a Bat. And then the bottom tier is going to be Ruins Batman. I'm not going to lie. I don't really have anyone in the category for Ruins Batman. I have some people for every other category, but I don't have anyone for Ruins Batman. But I put it there just in case you really had an argument for who should be put, if one of these 17 should be put there.
So it's like S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and then like F tier, basically?
Correct, yeah. But instead it's just Bat-themed or right. Batman-themed tiers.
Okay.
So yeah, Dark Knight's like best of the best. Ruins Batman, worst of the worst.
Gotcha.
So I figured we would get started. Right down here in the bottom left, you're going to see Adam West Batman from the 1966 Batman movie and from the TV series as well. So this one, I'm not going to lie, I want to put him in Batman. Because is he the best of the best? By modern day standards, no. But at the time, when it was coming out, this is actually pretty true to how Batman acted in a lot of comics at the time. At least for like that 40s through 60s era where, they couldn't have like violence or they couldn't have dark stories. It was kind of lighthearted fun. And it was a lighter era, just kind of post-World War II. Everything was a little bit less murder, and more, hey, let's be friends and clean the garbage off the streets. So I want to put him in the Batman category, the one right under Dark Knight.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think he should just be the Bat. He's okay, but he's not like...
That's crazy, and I want to slap you, but continue.
I just don't think he's like B tier or A tier worthy. I think he's just B tier. The Bat.
That's crazy. Listen, I'll make the argument that number one, he's actually super fly as Bruce Wayne. This is a super fly Bruce Wayne. He's wearing sweaters. He's raising Dick Grayson as his ward. They have Aunt. She's there. Alfred's there. He's awesome. He dances super cool. He fights King Tut. He has words come out of his hands after he punches people in the face. I think it's awesome. Frank Gorshin is Riddler. I think there was 4 different people who played Catwoman. This actually had Vincent Price as Eggman. They had Burgess Meredith as the Penguin. Cesar Romero as the Joker, famous for not shaving his mustache and just putting makeup over it instead. I think he had an awesome rogues gallery. It was a good Batman, good for kids, especially at the time. And I still think I still watch it to this day. I'm about to be 25 years old in 2 months, and I watch the hell out of this show. I'll go and watch Batman the Animated Series, don't get me wrong. And I'll watch The Batman, don't get me wrong, I love a dark Batman. But whenever I need some happiness or joy in my life, I'll go watch some Adam West Batman.
It just doesn't feel like Batman to me. It just feels different.
This is the first one, and we're already at an impasse.
Yeah, I don't think the next ones will be that much of an impasse, though. I don't know. He just doesn't feel like Batman.
Put your hands up. We're rock, paper, scissors. If I win, he's going in Batman. If you win, he's going in the Bat.
That works.
I'm going to go rock, paper, scissors, then you shoot, and we'll do the actual one, all right?
All right, ready.
Wait, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay,
That's so bad. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, he's going in the Bat, which is criminal, and I'll never forgive you, but he's going in the Bat. So
hey, that was fair and square.
I'll be blocking you on everything after this, but I hope it was worth it, Owen.
Finding a new
So this next one, I'm gonna I'm ready to fight on this one. So I hope that we're gonna see how this goes. Michael Keaton, Batman, The Dark Knight.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Why did we have to fight about that?
I'm just saying. I'm making sure. I've heard a lot of Michael Keaton hate over the past. I don't allow it. I kick people out of my life for not liking Michael Keaton Batman.
That's blasphemous.
It's a non-negotiable. It is. It's blasphemy, and I'm not saying they should be executed, but publicly would be preferred. So it's just they're not welcome in my home. If you don't like Michael Keaton's Batman, you get out. There's a sign on the door and everything. Get out if you don't like Michael Keaton as Batman.
No, I love that movie.
Dude,
both of them.
Listen, both of them. He's phenomenal. Now he's technically in 3 of them. He would have been in 4 if they didn't cancel Batgirl because they hate women. But yeah, so he showed up in The Flash. Yeah. And then he would have been in Batgirl too. And man, whenever they want to give me Michael Keaton Batman, I'm in. I'm ready. I love Michael Keaton as Batman.
Me too.
This next one, rest in peace. This is Val Kilmer from Batman Forever.
Persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
So this is the one where he fights Tommy Lee Jones as whatever monstrosity that Two-Face was supposed to be. And then he fights Jim Carrey as the Riddler, which is so wild. And I love it so much. I love it so much that I have 2 Funko Pops of Jim Carrey as the Riddler. So this one, I want to put him in Batman because he was good. And I think he was a good Batman, but I don't quite think he was like an S tier. But I do think he was really good.
I think it's very close. Like, he was really good. That's one of my favorites, too.
Yeah. That movie is like a comfort movie for me.
Me too. Honestly,
you'll find me quoting that movie way too much.
Honestly, all of the Batman movies are all the older Batman movies are. Actually, any of the Batman movies are, and the live actions. Those are all really
I enjoy all of them, and people will probably fist fight me for thinking that, but I had fun.
There's actually one that, but we'll get to that.
We'll talk. It's probably next.
No,
but
it's not. That one's good. It's not next.
Yeah, I know what we're talking about.
And we're gonna hate me for it.
We're gonna fight over it. I know we are.
Gonna fight over it.
So, because I know that right now I made a list, and I think I know who you're talking about, and he's like number 3 on my list. No, he's number 4. He's number 4 on my list. For like best Batman. So Val Kilmer, I would like to put him in the Batman category.
That works. Yeah.
Okay, that works for you?
Yeah.
Thank God. George Clooney.
Never leave the cave without him.
Guy dressed like Bat.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was okay.
I mean, he's okay, but that's...
I think he's, like, in the Bat, at least.
You think... Okay. I wouldn't be mad at putting him in the Bat. I don't think he was, like... That movie is certainly not the worst one I've seen. Because I've seen The Room. But... George Clooney, yeah, okay. I can compromise putting him in the Bat. Because contrary to how quickly I just threw him all the way down, I actually do like Batman and Robin. I think it's a good time. Granted, I was like 4 when I first saw these movies, so I'm a little kid and I see a bunch of colorful superheroes on the screen. I'm like, oh,
yeah, me too. And it kind of gives me the same kind of nostalgia, you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I will say, like, Arnold as Mr. Freeze, I'm like, all right. But
it was kind of funny.
Let's
but
kick some ice. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get to Poison Ivy, please. But
I thought it was kind of funny, though.
It is funny. It's honestly, most of this movie is just being like, it's so goofy that I can't hate it because it's so clearly just almost a parody of it's just funny.
Jim Carrey as the Riddler was also pretty goofy, though.
Yeah, for Batman, but also it was in a movie with a much darker tone than this one.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, for sure.
So I will compromise, and we can put George Clooney in the Bat, but he is staying behind Adam West. I'm not putting him in front of it. I won't compromise on that. I will legally not put him in front of Adam West.
That's fine.
Okay, good. Next one, Christian Bale.
I'm Batman.
I think he belongs in the Batman category.
I think he belongs in The Dark Knight, especially because his name is literally The Dark Knight. His movies are literally called The Dark Knight.
Well, only 2 of them.
Yeah, okay. I think he goes in The Dark Knight. He's my favorite Batman.
He's not my favorite, but he's also not that low on the list. Like, right now, with me saying he's not my favorite, you probably think he's like 15th on the list. I can tell you he is not that low. He's actually pretty high compared to where I thought he would be, because nothing against Christian Bale. He's a phenomenal actor, and I love him dearly, especially in these movies, because these movies obviously came out when I was a kid. So I have him in 4th place. So I have him right in front of Val Kilmer. That's why I was arguing the Batman category, but ahead of Val Kilmer.
I don't know. I think he belongs in The Dark Knight. He is The Dark Knight. He's my favorite Batman, like, out of all of them.
If you win, Dark Knight. If I win, Batman.
Okay.
3. I'm going to count down from 3.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah! Going in Batman. He'll go in front of Val Kilmer.
Disappointment.
So, he's going to be at the top of Batman. So, he's right next to S tier. This is the one we're going to argue over, and I already know.
It absolutely is. I know you're putting him in The Dark Knight, and I'm not. I will not.
Ben Affleck as Batman. I'll die on the hill. The Dark Knight.
No.
The Batman that Zack Snyder wanted, Ben Affleck delivered. He delivered that Batman on a silver platter with money sticking out of his mouth. He was the grittier version. He was depressed. He was that Batman that's not trustworthy of anybody. Even Alfred. We saw him arguing with Alfred over, like, oh, whatever. Like, and, you know, that is Batman. He's super stubborn. So if Alfred raises a point, Bruce is going to be stubborn about it. This is a Batman that lost his Robin, which, all right, but he lost his Robin, so it really sent him on a dark path. He was darker, he was grittier, has a similar logo and a vibe to The Dark Knight Returns. Very different from that Batman, But honestly, overall, I think that Ben Affleck, like, the exact Batman that Zack Snyder was looking for, Ben Affleck delivered that. And I think he did a really good job. And I just think that this Batman deserved so much more. He deserved better writing. I wish he would have gotten his own solo movie because this, like, honestly, Ben Affleck as Batman is some of my favorite cameos ever. Like, when he showed up, all of his performance in Batman v Superman, I love it, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'll admit it in public, anywhere. I think that he was phenomenal. When he showed up, even for 5 seconds in the Suicide Squad as Bruce Wayne, I was like, ooh, like, he's here. And I don't even like that movie. And I was still like, ooh, yes. And then in, Justice League, but that's because Joss Whedon is terrible, and I hope I never see him again. Thank you for Avengers 1 and 2, but you can go away now. I loved him in Zack Snyder's Justice League when he shows up and he's standing on that gargoyle and he's like looking down and the lightning strikes and then he jumps down and he lands and he stands there next to the other heroes and stuff. When he's in the Batmobile driving, killing parademons, shooting them and like doing that karate and hitting the guns out of their hand and then like blasting them with them. Awesome. I think he is such a tremendous Batman, very much overlooked and overhated. And I will die on that hill.
I don't disagree
also,
with
the
everything.
suit alone. You cannot tell me that this bat suit alone in Batman v Superman, this picture right here in this bottom left corner, that is, and I will also die on this hill, the best bat suit we have, and or like as of right now, like it's just the best Batman suit that we have gotten to this point.
I don't disagree with everything you said. I actually agree with most of it. I agree he was really good, but also at the same time, there's some things that really pissed me off in Batman v Superman. Like the scene where he's like, "Where's Martha?" And he's like, "Who's Martha?" Like, what the fuck was that? And I guess that's not on him. That's just the writing. I did not like that. I did not fucking like that. And that
The Martha where he's like, "Why did you say that name?"
Yeah. Why did you say that name? Like, what is this scene? Like, you could have written this so much better. And, right, that has nothing to do with Ben Affleck. I think he did do a good job, and he did what he could with what he was given. But that movie and also the Joss Whedon Justice League movie ruined Batman for me. Like, ruined Batman. Like, I was pissed.
You're crazy. Listen, Joss Whedon, yes, I can agree, because that movie made me mad, and I told you, it made me stay away from Batman for a while, which broke my heart, because I have been in love with Batman since I was a little kid. Love Batman. I have the Batman-related tattoo is the first one I ever got, and it's granted, it's the Joker, but still, like, that's how much his mythos means to me. But, like, Ben Affleck Batman overall. Justice League, yes, it's a damn shame. But Ben Affleck's performance, phenomenal.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. He did a great job. I just don't like him as much as Christian Bale's Batman. So, like, I don't know. I don't.
I'll make a compromise. We can put him in Batman.
But he goes above. You're saying he goes in front of. That's fine.
He goes in front of Christian Bale.
That's fine.
All right, I can compromise on that.
He's
so
not
far,
even...
Michael Keaton is running the show in this one. So far,
He won't be though.
he won't be, not for very long. Oh, I know. I think we might be. I think we'll have a similar idea on this one.
We should agree on this one. I feel like
Robert Pattinson, the Dark.
Please don't hurt me.
Dark Knight.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Behind Michael Keaton.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I'll accept it.
Okay, I'll take it.
I
I'll take
really
it.
like him. I think he might be my second favorite Batman.
So fun fact, he is my third favorite. He is number 3 on the list, right in front of Ben Affleck.
And wait, who's your first? Oh, Batman in the animated series.
So, yep, coming up next. Robert Pattinson from The Batman is now right behind Michael Keaton, who's in first place for The Dark Knight. So in this order, which is actually, if this next one goes where I think he's going, the first, 5, actually 6 on my list will almost line up perfectly. So Michael Keaton is first, Robert Pattinson is second, Ben Affleck is third, Christian Bale is fourth, Val Kilmer is fifth, Adam West is sixth, and George Clooney is seventh. Obviously, there's still 10 more Batmen to go, so we're not quite done yet. But next up, Batman from Batman the Animated Series, voiced by Kevin Conroy.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
I think we immediately know.
Dark Knight.
He's going in the Dark Knight, and he's going to the highest spot on the list. He's going before Keaton.
Yep, I actually didn't include that in my ranking, for my favorite Batman. I think he is my favorite Batman. But then it goes Dark Knight.
Let me tell you, he is number 1 on every Batman list. They'll be like, who's the best live-action actor? And I'll be like, he played him once in Crisis, Batman, Kevin Conroy. And they're like, dude.
He actually played Bruce Wayne, but...
He was in the exoskeleton, so I counted as Batman. I'm like,
he wasn't.
Screw it. We
never
saw the
dressed
bat
up in
suit.
the
He
suit.
wasn't wearing it, but I saw it.
That's
it was
true.
there. Yes. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. It's Kevin Conroy. The performance is amazing. He was not only in Batman the Animated Series, he was also Batman in he was the Justice League shows. He was also Batman in the Arkham games. He voiced Batman for a final time in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event that DC had in 2024. And really,
Injustice.
Injustice
the
Injustice video games, yeah.
And
he's just there's so much that he voiced him
Suicide
in, and
Squad
he's phenomenal. Yeah. Oh well. We don't talk
that was
about
kind of
that
disappointing.
one, but-
That was kind of disappointing.
Technically, that's an Arkham game, but that's the kind of...
He did do a great job still.
He did. He delivered, as he always did, but also at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like,
The story of that game was ass.
yeah,
let's be
story of
honest.
that game, I'm like, okay, so you just want to destroy Kevin Conroy's Batman in the Arkhamverse. Even if he hadn't, even if he hadn't passed away, I still would have been mad that they redid everything about his character for shock value. Still not happy about it. Oh, but it was a clone. I don't care. It's too late. It's just not... I'm sorry. Trash. So, next up... I'm going to have to look where I have this one. This one's a little lower, but if it's lower, doesn't mean I don't like them. So, this is Reno Romano as Batman from The Batman animated show from 2004. I think he should go... Where did I... Ooh. So, fun fact. I had this one behind Adam West, but in front of George Clooney. So I think we should put him behind Adam West, but in front of George Clooney. What do you think? I am okay with the Bat. That works for me as well.
I agree with that. I think I'm right there with you.
Okay. Perfect. Look at that little guy standing there. Looks all cool. What that cape being so low on the ground and
It's so
following
long.
him as he walks. I love how long that cape is. It's my favorite. So this one, near and dear to my heart, Diedrich Bader as Batman from Batman the Brave and the Bold.
You wouldn't hit a lady, would you?
The hammer of justice is unisex.
I would watch this after I got out of school, and I would get home, Cartoon Network, has the jazzy theme of it's almost like a jazz cop show. Like it's just like that theme that they would have where it's if you ever seen Cowboy Bebop, Tank, like the theme for that show, it gives me the vibe of that. Which
I agree with that.
is a banger in itself. So this show, it also has my favorite Batman quote of all time, where you wouldn't hit a girl, would ya? And Batman just, the hammers of justice are unisex, and just wails on them. And it's like, pow, bam, blow. And I'm like, oh, beat him up, Batman. Male or female, Batman will whoop that ass. And you better count on that. Better count on that. So, I love him with all my heart. So I am going to ask that we put him in the Batman category.
I'm good with that. I mean, I probably would have put him in the Bat, but I can compromise this one.
I'm going to put him
I do
behind
like
Val
that show.
Kilmer because Val Kilmer is amazing. I loved him as Batman. Batman Forever,
Yeah.
one of my favorite Batman movies. And this Batman is good, but he is a little bit more of like the goofy 60s type. He makes more jokes, but also his show, like, I think his Batman's really good because he's always
I do like
you
that
know,
show.
crime never sleeps. And he's like, you know, criminals don't take a vacation, and neither do I. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds like Batman. So, next up, this is actually a newer one. So this is Hamish Linklater as Batman from the new Amazon Prime, Batman the Caped Crusader.
Help! Help me! Someone! Who's behind those explosions? Oh, God! Who? What are you? 3 buildings blown to pieces. You falsified the reports. Who paid you? Are you crazy? Pull me up! Give me a name. Just pull me up! Oh, God! Hurry, please! I won't ask again.
So, I'm curious, where do you think this Batman should go?
Dark Knight behind Robert Pattinson. I really like this guy.
That's crazy. I'm going to shoot
really
that
like
down
this guy.
immediately. I think he can go in Batman all the way at the end. I do not think he should go in The Dark Knight.
Why?
I think he's good, don't get me wrong. I think he's really good. But I don't think he's quite S tier. I think he's Batman, but I don't think he's quite S tier.
I think we need more of the show to confirm, because I feel like
Look
it's been really good
look
so
at
far.
everyone in S tier, and if you can say without a doubt that his performance lines up with theirs, we can put him there. But I don't think it does.
I have a reasoning, and it's because if out of all the animated shows of Batman that I've seen and movies, this reminds me more of the Batman the Animated Series than any of the other ones.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's good, but I don't know if he quite measures up to like the Dark Knight category yet. I would put him in. I will suggest, what if we put him in Batman? We can put him after Val Kilmer, but before Diedrich Bader.
Okay. I'm not in agreement, but I'll compromise.
He said, I am not in agreement, but I will compromise.
I kind of like him more than Val Kilmer, I think.
Now, sit the hell down. So it's, okay. That was a crazy sentence you just said there. I like him. Don't get me wrong. I really liked that show. I'm just not quite. He's not S tier for me. He's not up there.
I thought he was
awesome. There's so many
really
good
like that
people
show.
who voice Batman, and he is good. He is good. I will concur that I just need a little bit more of him if I'm gonna make like, okay, yeah, he's an S tier Batman. I thought he was really good, but not quite S tier yet. Okay. But he is very good. He's not in the Bat, so that proves that he did a really good job in season 1.
Yeah,
if he's in the Bat, that means we're like, yeah, he's
only
alright, but
there's only 9 or 10 episodes of that show right now.
Yeah, it's like
so I think
one season.
The more it goes on,
one season, and it was a short. It's one of those modern day seasons, like seasons in the 90s or 2000s. Like, okay, we have like 20 to 40 episodes of a show. Nowadays, it's like, okay, you have 5 episodes, and you're lucky if it's 5 minutes long. Enjoy the show. Or like, obviously I'm exaggerating just for the hell of it, but it's like, okay, like you get 6 episodes, but they're all an hour long. And I'm like, okay, but like we used to get 9 million episodes and they would all be like 20 to 30 minutes. And honestly,
like 22 episodes in Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many episodes in one season. I'm like, yes, more, please. Like, please.
The thing that I like about it, I do like his voice a lot, but I also like the animation. I thought it was really good, and I think that's part of why there's not as many episodes, because it takes a lot of money to.
I did like the animation a lot.
It was really good.
The animation at first, I was like, oh, it just looks a little bit upgraded, but then I watched the show and I was like, oh, this is actually like sublime. This is really good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good.
Yeah, it definitely added to his character even more. And I love the design of his suit, too, which is something we haven't talked about a lot. But I'll say that like his suit definitely bumps him up, too, because it's phenomenal.
That's part of why I liked him a lot, too, and he reminded me of Batman the Animated Series, because his suit, except for the ears, reminds me of the same kind of suit. It's a similar design.
I like how the suit is more based on, especially the ears, it's more based off of his first appearance, because this is an earlier Batman, so it makes sense that he would have a suit that's closer to, like, the first appearance Batman. But they didn't give him any purple gloves. They weren't that confident. They said, no purple gloves for you, Batman. You're getting black gloves, but we'll give you the ears.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not. You won't hear me complaining. Like, oh, man, no purple gloves? Not my Batman. No, I'm all right. But, so, next up, we have Troy Baker as Batman.
Suit, the car, this entire cave.
Master Bruce?
Everything I built. I created all of this because I didn't want any more innocent people to die. If Falcone's telling the truth about my parents, then what the hell did we do this for?
I ultimately put a picture of him in the Telltale games. He's been the voice of Batman in a couple different projects, but to me at least, the Telltale one really stood out the most. It's actually a very good story. I was very surprised by how good the Telltale games were. Usually I'm not the kind of person who likes those kinds of games, like, oh, answer a question, and then, if you want to duck out of the way of Two-Face's gunfire, take your, like, controller and point down, or, like, have the, like, handle, whatever it's called, the frickin' knob, point it down, and then you'll jump out of the way and dodge a bullet. Usually I'm not a big fan of those, but being a huge Batman fan, as soon as you tell me there's a Batman game out, I'm going to play it. So, I think his voice for Batman is actually really freaking good. Same for Bruce Wayne. So I would say we should put him in the Batman category. And I think we should put him in front of Hamish.
I don't know.
Where do you think he should be?
So I know it's hard for me to say for this one. I never played the game. I only watched a couple clips before this.
Because granted, he's been Batman in a lot of stuff. He's a really good voice actor.
He is a great voice actor. Joel in The Last of Us.
It's funny because he plays Batman, but he was also the Joker in Arkham Origins, which is,
I did know that too.
Arguably, one of my favorite roles of his. He was so good in that.
This says he played Jason Todd, Red Hood.
He did in the Arkham games. He played Two-Face and Red Hood. So he voiced Two-Face in the Arkham games too.
The only thing is, I didn't think the voice. I was just from the clips I watched. I didn't think his voice acting was as good as in other things, based off those clips in the Telltale games, at least. So I thought he would be in the Bat, maybe in the front.
I can go with that. At least he's in the front. I'll take what I can get. Okay, so this next one.
Oh, but before we move on, though, I was gonna say, don't get me wrong, I do love Troy Baker. and
Yes.
like so many other things. Like he
Everyone
is
should
amazing.
love Troy Baker. He's a
Yeah.
powerhouse.
He's awesome.
Lovely man. Next one is Jensen Ackles as Batman.
You don't need me for this. I should be out hunting.
We've got it covered. All of Gotham PD will be deployed throughout town by midnight. One way or another, when Holiday comes calling, we'll be ready. You know, this was all you.
I wanted them in Gotham Penitentiary. This was Harvey. And he was right.
In the Crisis on Infinite Earths event that just happened in 2024, not gonna lie, I think he should go in the Bat behind Reno Romano Batman, but in front of George Clooney.
I'm okay with that.
Don't get me wrong, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
I like Jensen Ackles. I really like him. I think he's a good actor. But maybe it's because I'm not a big Supernatural fan, which Hayden would cry if he heard me say those words out loud. I'm not big on Supernatural. Loved him as Soldier Boy. He was great. I'm just one of the people who... And he actually, he voices Jason Todd in Under the Red Hood as well. So I love his voice acting.
That was good.
He's just not a great, like, Batman to me. He doesn't stand out to me a lot. He's a great actor. He's just not my personal favorite Batman, which we have 17 people on this list. So... And some of them are acting powerhouses. So no disrespect to Jensen. I just don't think that he is the priority of my list on this.
Have you seen Supernatural?
Hayden showed me like one episode.
Okay, I've only seen like a couple episodes too, and I kind of want to watch it just because I really like Jensen Ackles, but I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I think he was okay.
The episode I saw was really good, so I would recommend it, but I just personally couldn't get into it.
It's kind of one of those shows where it's like the same kind of thing every season. It's like they're fighting a bunch of different monsters, and it's kind of a cycle.
Yeah, which
seems like.
when it works, and for some people that works really well for the show, and I'm happy they like it. I'm happy you found your thing that you like. It's just not in my bag of tricks.
It seems pretty cool. I want to watch it. But anyways, yeah, I was going to say Jensen, I've heard that he's really good in that show.
Yeah. I've heard amazing things. I just know that, just like,
But yeah, I agree. I think he's not the best Batman. And we have a lot of Batmans up here already, so it's hard to compare him with all the other ones.
Yeah.
I'd like to see like an audition of him playing the live action Batman and see if he does it any different though. Be interesting.
Yes. It's for live action I'm iffy, but ultimately whoever they give me, I'm going to give him a chance cuz I said that Ben Affleck was going to be terrible and he's like one of my favorites. I didn't think that, Robert Pattinson would be able to pull it off and he's one of my favorites. So I've just learned to shut my mouth now. I'm like, I'm just going to be quiet and watch to see what the person can do, and I'll judge after that. That's how I've learned to handle my Batman.
I also thought Ben Affleck wasn't going to be that good, and then I don't think that he isn't that good. Like, he's high on my list, too. He's just not my favorite. Like, he's probably fifth on my list, I would say.
That's fair. He was fourth on mine.
Yeah.
So next up, we got the guy who definitely always pays his taxes. We have Will Arnett as Lego Batman.
I think you would have been really proud. There you are. Oh, Alfred, I am so sorry. I have incredible reflexes.
If anybody has seen the opening scene where Batman is singing a rock song, you might understand that reference. So, Will Arnett as Batman. Honestly, love the crap out of him. I think he's hilarious. I think his voice is actually like an amazing register for Batman, too. It works really well. Like, especially in the Lego Batman movie, when he shows up, he's literally just like, but, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, honestly, yeah, this is working for me for some reason. He's like, no. And it's super funny, but I'm like, actually, yeah, this does work a little bit.
He's hilarious. Like, in general, Will Arnett is fucking hilarious. He's so funny.
I want to put him in Batman, and I want to put him after Hamish.
That's tough. Because I don't see it that... Because he's... I like it. I like his voice. He's funny, but he's also not that... I don't see him that high on the list. I see him at the Bat, maybe in front of Troy Baker.
Will Arnett, I'm trying to hold these hands back, Will Arnett. I'm praying to God right now.
He's a Lego character.
Will Arnett, wherever you are in the world, hear my prayer. I'm trying. These demons are trying to speak ill of you, and I will not allow them to, my savior.
Okay, if I was speaking ill of him, I'd put him in Ruin's Batman. I'm not saying that he's bad. He's
now,
good.
if you even thought about putting him in Ruin's Batman, I would leap through this computer. Leap. Like the Ring. And crawl through this bitch. So...
We could rock.
What if we put him in Batman, but like at the end?
We honestly, we could even put him in Batman behind, like in between Hamish and why can't I think of his name?
That's where I wanted him.
No, you said after him, or I thought you said before him, like between.
No, I said
Val Kilmer
after Hamish.
Oh.
So like yeah,
Well,
in between Hamish and Diedrich Bader.
Well, that makes it different. I misunderstood.
Well, this is a win for me. This is exactly where I wanted him. So this is a win.
That's only like 2 away from where I wanted him, though. So that's why I was saying I'd agree to that. But I didn't want him at before.
No, not before Hamish. No, I think Hamish is really good.
Yeah.
This next one I also think is really good. This has grown to be a very good Batman in my opinion. Jason O'Mara. So he's from Batman vs. Robin, Batman Bad Blood. He was in Batman Hush. He showed up in Justice League War, Justice League Apocalypse. He's a very good Batman. I personally love his voice, especially he has this banter with Green Lantern that just works so well for me. Green Lantern's like, Green Lantern could do anything in the world. And Batman's like, except shut up, apparently. I'm like, dude... Ooh, like Batman just roasting people. I don't know why it's so funny to me. And then this picture right here is when he looks at Green Lantern and he just goes, "What's this do?" And Hal Jordan goes, "What?" And his suit disappears because Batman took the ring off his finger. And then he goes, "How did you do that?" And Batman goes, "Well, I assume that your powers work off concentration and you weren't concentrating." And I'm like, that's crazy, dude. Like, Batman just like, yeah, I'm going to take the ring off you. Like, I'll borrow that real quick.
What's this do?
Huh?
No buttons. I assume it works off concentration.
How'd you do that?
You weren't concentrating.
He's an absolute unit. His fighting is amazing. He's always the smartest one in the room in these movies. I would like to put him in Batman category. I would like to put him ahead of Val Kilmer and Hamish, behind Christian Bale.
That's really high.
Yeah.
I can't really speak to him because I've only seen a couple clips, so I'll agree.
He is a great Batman.
I'll agree to that because I have to look at more clips to know.
I love him, and I think his voice is a perfect voice for Batman. Highly recommend you watch those movies, especially Son of Batman and Batman vs. Robin. Those two movies.
Those ones. Those
You've
ones
seen
were
both
really
of them?
good. Yeah, those were really good.
Yeah, that was him as Batman.
Okay. Yeah,
Powerhouse.
I did like. That's not what the one you're talking about with the Green Lantern, though. Correct.
That's Justice League War.
Yeah, so that one I have not seen, but those two movies with
Worst of
with
all,
Robin,
you
I've
messed
seen.
with my kid. Now I'm gonna enjoy this. And he's like cracking his neck. Oh my gosh, absolute unit of a Batman.
I did.
We're
really
down
like
to we're
those
down to
movies.
our last 2 Batmen. That's crazy. So, the second to last one we got, I never thought we would hear this guy as Batman. So glad we got to, though, because I honestly think his voice was pretty good. It's mostly comedic, but it still worked. Keanu Reeves as Batman in League of Super Pets.
Not so fast. Lois Lane told us all about you, hamster.
Which Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and DC Comics don't get along that well anymore, but this is the movie that had Keanu Reeves as Batman. It is more comedic. I was personally going to place him in The Bat. I was going to place him in between Jensen Ackles and George Clooney.
I was gonna put him at the end of that one, or I was in.
You're going to put him
that.
after George Clooney?
Yeah, I was in between that or guy dressed like Bat, to be honest. Because he just there wasn't that many scenes. Like, how can you say he's
his voice? For that one, I'm going off of the design and the voice. I thought the design was good for Batman, and the voice, like even when he's making a joke, Keanu Reeves as Batman could do a Batman voice. He's sitting there and he's just like, oh, my life was altered when my parents were taken from me. And like him talking as Batman, I'm like, actually, yeah, like this is working for me. It was super funny. And he's just sitting there and he goes, yeah, my office turns into a rocket. You'd be surprised how like often this is used. And Batman comes in, he's like, it's true, I have one too. And I'm like, all right, like, yeah, this is good.
The only reason I'm saying that he should go either behind George Clooney or in Guy Dresses It Like a Bat, because he's only in like 4 scenes. Like, he's in 10 minutes of the movie.
It's not judging on how many scenes they have. It's judging how they act in those scenes.
Yeah, I know. That's not my point. I guess my point is that like I don't have enough to judge off of. Like, there's not enough content there for me. We can put him where you want. That's okay. I'll compromise.
Feel much better now. I really like how we've not put a single person in Guy dressed like a bat. In my humble opinion, Batmen are like Scream movies. Honestly, we've not had a lot of terrible people voicing or playing Batman. We've honestly been pretty lucky.
Pretty true.
And everyone, like, if they want to argue that George Clooney ruined Batman, I don't think so, but your opinion's your opinion. That's totally fine if you do. I just personally think that, like Scream movies, Batmen are just amazing. We've had so many amazing people play Batman and voice Batman. So honestly, this next one is no exception either, because you've been starting to watch the movie. Oh my gosh, he's so good.
I really like that movie so far.
The next one up, Anson Mount. We have Black Bolt. Came over to the dark side and played Batman in the Injustice movie.
Bruce, stop! Stop! Stop. Just for today. Don't be Batman. Don't be the mask. It's okay. Let it out. Just for tonight. Let yourself fall apart.
So, I personally think that he should go at the top of the Bat.
Yes.
In front of Troy Baker.
I'm in between well, I guess I haven't seen that much of that movie, so I can't really say yet, but I'm in between putting him at the Batman at the last one, or at the last slot, or Batman.
I am definitely alright with that.
Okay.
putting
Yeah,
Batman
that's
at
what I
the like behind Diedrich Bader, like right here.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm all right with that. I told you I'm not going to talk about it, but there's a scene that you'll see, and it really like something happens, and Batman just shines in the scene. I think it's really good. It makes me cry every time. It's super super good. So yes, thank you, Anson Mount. He's going to be at Motor City Comic Con in May, and I'm really thinking about having him sign my Batman Funko Pop. Because I have yet to meet an actor who has voiced Batman. I really want to. And, no one else is going to be there that's voiced Batman, but Anson Mount will. So, I'll take what I can get. I love Batman. I want to meet I wish I could have met some of these who have passed away. I want to meet as many Batman actors as I can, because Batman's a character that just shines.
Kevin Conroy would have been awesome to meet.
I know.
Awesome.
So Kelton did tell me that last year for Christmas, he was at a store and he saw a Kevin Conroy signed Batman Funko Pop, and it was like $100 and something, $200.
That's
and
insane.
he thought about getting it for me for Christmas. He went back to buy it like the next day, 2 days later, and it had already been purchased. And I was like, Kelton, if you would have given that to me for Christmas, I would have cried. Heavily. It would have been embarrassing. I don't wear makeup, but makeup would have been going down my face because my body would have produced mascara as it was coming out of my eyes. Like, it would have been crazy. I would have looked like an insane asylum patient. Like, I would have looked craziness. But
do you know how much
we
that
did
thing
it.
would be worth now?
I know.
It'd be worth so much money at this
point. It made me so sad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Alexis texted me when it happened. She just went like, hey, Kevin Conroy died. And I just went blank, and I didn't really know what to say. I didn't really know what to think, feel. It just was kind of like one of those things where it's like, no.
Yeah.
And it really hurt my heart, because that's my favorite show. And even he was getting into Cameo, and he would give these beautiful cameo messages.
I've seen some of them, yeah.
Yeah, he would go
He's
into the
super
background
sweet.
of Batman. He would talk about his life. He would talk about the world. And he would just the things he would say to these people on the cameo videos. I'm like, this is just beautiful, that a human being could feel this much emotion about life and the world. And so he saw so much beauty in everything. And sometimes I'm a major pessimist, and when I see videos like that, I'm like, I really want to try hard to be able to feel like that about life, instead of being like, oh, life is miserable and hard and blah blah blah. I want to feel like he did, where it's like, what, life is a good thing, and I love it to death.
And I feel like it's not that common that you see someone like an actor like that who's super famous, who is so down to earth and kind and cares about people and stuff like that. It's not.
And dude had been famous for 30, 40 years.
Right.
And you stay that humble and down to earth for that long, even Keanu Reeves and how he acts and how everyone thinks the same thing about him. I can only name 2 people that act like that. And that's how rare it is. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and it was really I think that made him stand out even more, honestly, because it was there weren't articles going around of Kevin Conroy gets canceled for saying this hateful thing, or gets canceled for
he could never
verbally abusing someone at a Starbucks or something. But that's how you knew it's just a beautiful person voicing one of the best characters ever created in the history of comic books and art in general. So yeah, it's God bless Kevin Conroy.
Yes.
But we did it. We ranked 17 Batmen, and it didn't take us 24 hours. I was like, we might argue on a couple of these, but I think we only argued on 2 or 3, which out of 17 is not that bad.
We argued on Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, which I knew that was coming.
But yeah, so all of these Batmen, I'm very happy with our ranking. And I do, I'll say it one more time just to annoy everyone. I do think that we've been blessed with all the actors who have played Batman. I don't think we've had a lot of bad performances.
No, there haven't.
I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, look at us. Look at us go, ranking all the Batmen. So thank you for joining me on this long and tedious process of listening to me give an argument on why I think the people you do not think are good Batmen are good Batmen. I inhale Batman content like I'm Kirby in the middle of a Super Smash fight. I legitimately I just, everything that comes out that's Batman, I am sat. I'm in the theater, I'm at home, I'm watching the content, I'm rewatching the content as much as possible. Like Hamish for the Amazon for Cape Crusader, I just rewatched that show like 2 weeks ago just because I'm going to watch it again. It's super good. I'm really happy with all.
I remember when it first came out, I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta watch it!" And then I texted you, I was like, "Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet?" I was going crazy,
and I was, of course, like, "Yes."
No, you were like, "I don't have Prime, bro," and then you found out you had it through your mom or something.
No, because I think you sent it. It was either the day or the day before it came out, and I texted my mom literally because I remember I went back and I just saw the text. I think it was like the day it came out. I texted my mom and I said, "Hey, can I borrow your Prime login so I can watch Batman?" And she went, "Yeah, sure." So and then I went in and watched all of it.
Yeah, I remember because I was like, you gotta watch it, because I had just seen it.
Yeah, I think you'd watched it that morning, and it was like, "Hey, go watch this." And I went, "All right." So I just texted my mom, of course. "Hello, Mother. Can I watch Batman on Prime?" And she's pretty much like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm ready to go."
Yeah, I really
Perfect.
like that show.
Well, there we go. Other than that, there's our ranking of the 17 Batmen. Please feel free to tell us why you want to punch us in the face, or what Batman you think we ranked too high, what Batman you think we ranked too low. If you want to type out 17 rankings, oh my gosh, God bless you, but please feel free. Other than that, we'll see you at another time on the podcast. Same bat time, same bat channel.